Seeing their money disappear thanks to inflation. But first, we'll detail every possible thing you could die from. He's a rational investor, dividend digester, saves some of his paycheck just like all his ancestors. Him looking for high yields? That's never the case. He's seeking 6% return. Slow and steady wins the race. When he checks his accounts just to see what they're fielding, it's like driving in Maryland. Ain't nobody yielding. What is he to do? He shouldn't be in a drought. So he visits his advisor just to sort it all out. Inflation's higher than your bond rate. That's what I was fearing. So your savings account is slowly disappearing and your CDs are pointless. That's not very funny. What would you like me to do? Put it all in dog money. Dog money, dog money, dog money, dog money. I'm trading it in for dog money, dog money, dog money, dog money, dog money. I'm putting it all in dog money. My 401k is now a 401k9. The sum of my net worth ain't no longer in a straight line. I'm making smart moves. I ain't gonna be a pun. I sold my IRA and bought an NFT of one. Balling on Doge, I dish them out like a Tommy gun. You think I was statehood the way I'm passing on Washington? I feel like Matt Gates, you know what I mean? Assuring everybody it's above 18. It's a modern day gold rush. The price is a boom. Like Reggie White versus the Oilers, I'm headed straight to the moon. My broker's calling, you know that it's on. Buy dog money, don't stop till it's dawn. One more airbase, two more museums, three more walls, four more Supremes, five more stadiums. We're all out of fiat. Can you take trillions of these and go and make a zero? We pay our debts in our currency that might be unfurled if it's no longer the reserve currency of the world. Confidence in the dollar is permanent. Just ask any scholar. People are exchanging their dollars for dog money. Dog money? Dog money. Dog money. We're trading it in for dog money. Dog money. Dog money. Dog money. Dog money. I'm putting it all in dog money.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Crypto Lab with Alex. Introduction is a no explainer. It's a newest rap about the dog money and it's great. We are considering to take that as an official anthem of the Crypto Lab with Alex and crypto service in trading analysis. So welcome again, and I hope you are all well and sound. Lots of going on the crypto markets, and we will go through all of these details. Yeah, hey, enemy. Yeah, that rap was great. I mean, all of the members like it, so we are considering it to be a new anthem. Okay, so yeah, we can do GBTC. How you saw it on the trading analysis Wednesday live. So, okay, if anybody wants to do it again. So let's go through our usual procedure. Let's look at the charts. We had a move down in a Bitcoin. Hey, William, what's up? So let's look where we stand and what happened. So I'm going to transmit or to go over charts, and you can put also any of your requests so we can look at it. Hey Felix, hey Wilson, welcome all. So let's start and let's look some of the events which happened yesterday. And we had a very big reading on the 10-year, not on the 10-year yields, but on CPI. Year to year, it came from projected 3.6 to 4.2, and that was a big thing regarding the inflationary expectation. It was also very much shown on this 10-year US 10-year yields. We were looking this as some type of a corrective move with a support, if you remember, in the last crypto labs, and I think we are going to attack very soon this kind of a resistance zones that we are talking about regarding rates going higher. So here is the 1%, here is, sorry, 1.8, here is 2%. So I think pretty much soon, even if this turns out to be some type of a triangle or something, maybe we are going to start to move higher, and potentially we might see in June, July, Fed changes a little bit of their policy. We were discussing yesterday in the trading analysis members webinar for the stock service what actually does mean a Fed average inflation. And actually what they will do, they will average it, as they said, on the long run, so that they can offset the years that inflation was below 2%. So there is much time ahead that inflation can be above 2% to average that in the last 10-15 years. But potentially they might signal if this continues in the future, they might use some of their tools to tame this inflationary, although more knowledgeable guys regarding inflation do think that this is a transitory nature because of unbalanced economies, supply side problems, and all of that stuff. And if we look the data and see, we must agree with that. I don't think we are going to see any hyperinflation or something like that. But overall, all of that kind of agrees with our thesis that we are very close to some kind of a turnover on a crypto space. We have reached some of the higher levels. I'm still, although being warning actions, we had a little bit of problem of connection, so I'm just going to continue. We had a small position working on the long side. We were stopped out on this Elon Musk kind of a inefficient Bitcoin mining thing, and therefore they stopped to allow people to buy Teslas in a Bitcoin. Actually, this is the news. Elon Musk says Tesla is suspending Bitcoin payments over environmental concerns. And then we saw that flash on the downside, which is still kind of in a line with the pattern that we suggest still we are in. So we can also look some of the other news that happened today or they are published today. Not much of the news. MoneyGram, we already know that this will happen. Will allow Bitcoin buying and selling across the retail network. 46 million Americans now own Bitcoin as an inflation rises to highest levels in 13 years. So nothing spectacular in the sense of the news. The biggest thing was this one, that Elon Musk says Tesla is suspending Bitcoin payments. And we also saw one of the very interesting articles regarding the Ether. I published that it was also a warning regarding the Bitcoin from the Security Commission that is very risky. That was one of the things also which was noted in the news. I have another one for you, and it was regarding the re-evaluation of the Ether. I'm just scrolling to find this news on our Discord feed. I hope I'm going to find it. So lots of things are going on there. Let me just try to find it for you, because here it is. So we have seen that JP Morgan actually looking at the network was reevaluating Ether back on a 1000 levels. So that was kind of a very disputive article, and lots of opinions on that as well. This was very interesting. A lot of guys saying they wanted a lower entry. So I find this very interesting from 4.100 that they evaluated to go to $1,000. So let's go to our charts and let's see what's going on. I also want to point out this is a margin depth. As you know, in stocks, we are witnessing a kind of a big margin depth increase. You have to understand that also there is a spillover of this relatively cheap money which are going in stocks, also in cryptos, and therefore wherever you see some type of a moves down in stocks, you are going to see also on inflation fear, you are also going to see selling in cryptos, because some of this margin money also goes to cryptos because of the yields. Also, the other funds which are holding some of the crypto exposure, if their VAR starts to fluctuate much, they will probably cut any peripheral positions to hold on their stock positions, and that also might be in some of the cryptos as well. So this I think you should have in mind also this fact, because this is a really big levels regarding margin usage actually in the stock market. From my perspective, nothing has changed yet, so I will, as always, show you my charts and show you what I think. We didn't invalidate the triangle wave count, so from my perspective, I'm still not ready to throw the towel and call this a top. I'm still going to hold the view, following the methodology that we use, that this is still some type of a fourth wave correction, and that we might see one more push on the upside towards these fib levels before we start to move for some time lower. And now you can start to see why on such important levels some of the news feed starts to kind of become more negative. And I've been warning about that for the last couple of months, explaining that this selling, which is started to be more and more, and as you can see, more kind of in the same manner after this beautiful move up, it's a kind of a sounding alarm bell that we are close to potential top, and I still think so, but I'm not going to throw the towel on another move on the upside as long as I see Bitcoin moves sideways and within this corrective pullback. Triangles are tricky affairs because they can expand either in longitude or in time much more than you expect. This daily RSI is also kind of looking cool for another push on the upside. I'm also observing that. I showed you my monthly opinion. I think Bitcoin is very endangered. Pairing that with these levels on the monthly level for this fourth wave pullback, and I still think is so. I will show you some altcoins. We did a kind of a nice job on the altcoins, nice push on the upside. We had a little bit of setback yesterday, but all of these wave counts are not invalidated and they still might progress on the upside. So explaining the whole picture, we are still within our working framework without the wave count invalidation, which I have been pointing out for the last couple of weeks. And as long as we trade around this 43K, I'm still going to look this as a possible correction with another move higher towards 74.80K, okay, which is actually kind of depicting a key fib level. We look also 1618, which we passed, and I explained that several times. The next one is 200. You can kind of have a debate. Was this high actually was a close one to this, but I will not accept that from this point of view. As long as I see on a smaller time frame, actually Bitcoin still moves pretty much sideways without any decision on the downside or on the upside. So we have to understand that it's not very good in these times when you have such a type of consolidations, when you basically don't have a view just to take any bias, because you have a clearly key levels if you have any methodology, and until these levels breaks or this support breaks, you don't need to change immediately your view, since as you can see this is still pretty much sideways, and I will still interpret this as a possible triangle. There is a few more other interpretation, but with all of them you will kind of complete all of these other possible pattern corrections around 43, 42 levels and then continue on the upside. So as long as I don't see a break, as I said, I'm not gonna I'm not going to panic and see the end of the bull market on Bitcoin. I'm still going to stay neutral, looking for a possible D wave, either from here or a little bit lower. Potentially we might have one more flush to the downside, but the next position I will take will be definitely waiting until I see 3 waves up in this potential wave D and a 3 waves down. So my next entry will be in a couple of weeks if I see this wave structure develops. We were long from some around there, and we will stop some around there for this potential triangle, which will look to look like this. It was not the case. It was a very small position, tier 4, which means minimal risk. Usually in trading analysis book, there is only 1% of your trading account. And usually when you trade this pattern, you should have a minimal risk exposure because you can never know how these triangles can actually unfold. So I'm going to stay neutral without any positions on a Bitcoin until I see what is going next here. Are we going to see this D wave development and then E wave when I have a nice risk entry, because the wave count invalidation of the possible triangle will be a little bit higher with the entry around this zone, especially if we see a confirmation regarding the next move. If we see a 5 waves up and a small pullback, I think that will be a maybe more clear confirmation that we are going to go and revisit this 70, 75, 80K, which has been my already couple of months a longer term target. So on a correction front, we were looking with the members the type of corrections if they occur. So this correction is still a hypothesis until we see actually a first signs that is going to unfold. And we'll look some of the levels. So it is very interesting when you see how the triangles develop, and also if this is a triangle, it's only retraces at 23%, which will give a floor to Bitcoin for some longer period of time around 40K. Okay, so in a case of a triangle, we might overlap this figure, but if you project a possible triangle here, you will see we might stay in a pretty kind of a solid range for some time, and then when this long consolidation finish, we should continue for higher, because this consolidation like this one will mean that we're just taking a small breather and a pause before we start looking higher for our final target for this sequence from the 2019 in a fifth wave on the upside. We have also another option for this type of corrections, which is a 38% retracement. That will be a much lower, around 25K, and that will be a complex corrective pullback, which always consists in a WXY, and all of this should have 3 waves inside, which will actually be very choppy, as well as triangle, but with a big range on the downside. There will be an ABC move down to this 30, 35, 40K. Then we'll see a very vicious X wave, and this X wave is a connector between two zigzags. And what actually this X wave does, it actually baffles many market participants, because since it's usually very sharp, people usually think that correction is over and start building longs for the new breakout. But in one moment, and usually it comes to the highest point of the B wave, the trend still resumes on the downside for another move, and then you can see unwinding of this also long positions further downside towards the next fib level, which will be around 25K. If you ask me, my preference will be a triangle. I don't know yet, but if we look this Ethereum chart, and Ethereum already is in the zone of our projected fib ratios. Ethereum was outperforming Bitcoin by far. I'm going to show you a dominance chart, which I was thinking to have some support, which didn't. So I'm going to look for the next levels, which I will show you. So Bitcoin already kind of stalled in that dominance chart, and the alts was moving higher. So I'm still not going to look Ethereum as finished. I will allow a little bit of a break of these 4,300 levels on a potential another push higher, and then I will also look, because the expansion was phenomenal, look the move in Ether on the upside. I mean, it's incredible from this one down in two, and then the progression on the upside was really fantastic. And it depicts and has a character of the third wave on this daily chart. But I think we already came into a zone which might be problematic for the Ether. And if you look for the Ether, the same thing, usually the previous wave for our support, which will be around 23%, I think. So if we look 4 versus 3, 23% are around there, 1,781. And what is interesting, if you look for a 38%, it is around 1,000 when actually JP Morgan has their target, which we looked in this article. And I find very interesting they released that prior to this potential move down. Maybe they have some Elliotian in their desks. For sure they have. I don't know if they calculate this target regarding or using this 38.2%, which came exactly around 1,000. But it is interesting that these levels agrees. Okay. So my point is, and the final word on a Bitcoin, I'm still not going to throw the towel. I'm going to still observe what is going without any position for further consolidation. Any break of these levels in a substantial manner will make me to mark this as a third wave top, which failed to reach this, and then I will look for a consolidation. Okay. We see on altcoins that we did the last time a nice breakouts on the upside. This is Aave, and we were looking for a continuous move on the upside. We flagged our members for a potential entry there, and then we have 5 waves up from there. So I count this flash on the downside as a potential wave 2. So this is still good for the upside. And if you look on all other charts, this is a Filecoin. I still didn't see any break of a key invalidation levels. So there is a wave 1 and 2 up in 3, complex move down in 4, and potentially we might still see a 5-wave move on the upside. Cardano or ADA also did a very nice push on the upside post 4th wave break, which still looks impulsive. So I'm really not ready to throw the towel yet before we reach designated levels, which we were pointing out for the last couple of crypto labs. So compound is also working nicely. If you look the larger time frame, I'm still looking higher. It went from this our possible wave 4. We flagged compound even here around this level, still looking without breaking any key levels, kind of consolidating. Whatever you look basically on these altcoins, you don't see really a break of any clear invalidation or a change of a trend. Okay, so this is a VET chain, and my point is showing you this is that on the altcoins we don't see any break of a key levels, so I will not be kind of reversing and changing my opinion because of these small consolidations on the daily time frame. So what I advise to you, because many people has habit to look cryptos on a very small time frame, go on a larger time frame and see the whole picture. Okay, so basically, I mean, this guy went from I don't know, from 0.01 to 0.2329. And so it was a staggering move on the upside. It is natural to rest a bit in a sideways. These moves are very small compared to all of this move. So still there is no time for any kind of a panic regarding the changement of the trend. And that's why I will still stay bullish. This was also very much seen on a Matic. From our wave 4, Matic is moving pretty much on the upside. Our potential entry was at 0.25 and we are trading at 1.06. So 6-7 times over from this possible correction, and it's still moving on the upside. I think there is more subdivisions, and we might even reach this 2.6, which will be my final target for this third wave. So what I want to show to you here is that I don't really see, this is a polka dot from our levels in a possible fourth wave, still 5 waves up, 3 waves pullback, and there is a probability we might continue on the upside. Uniswap as well, nothing much there, just a small correction after these 5 waves. So I don't see really any break of key invalidation levels even on alts, and I don't want to turn bearish without any clear signs that the market is ready to tank for a next couple of months. I hope you agree with my view. If you look from the technical perspective, we are definitely still not in the situation that we should turn our positions and be bearish because of this kind of a relatively small flushes if you look on a daily time frame. So that will be my view on the perspective on the cryptos in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to follow through in the next crypto lab, so I'm going to stay relatively bullish, keeping my eye on these patterns and how they develop. I want to see a key invalidation levels of the bullish wave counts broken, so I can turn a little bit more neutral and taking a slowly a bearish stance for the future developments in crypto. Also on a sushi swap, I didn't see a clear 5-wave move from the highs, only 3-wave move down. So I'm still going to stay further bullish on the sushi swap as well. So let me look your requests. Gold, we don't look gold here, Mullah. This is a crypto. I think I already pointed that to you for the last in the last crypto lab. Gold is still not moving, I think, anywhere. I didn't look the gold chart this morning. I looked at yesterday's. I will look GDX or GLD to see what it's doing. So basically, gold is doing nothing. It is just still in this sideways, no impulsive move on this GLD chart. So still not 5 waves. So I'm going to stay neutral. I'm not going to fish for any longs or shorts because there is no reason for it. So for me, it's still kind of a neutral thing for gold. Let me look for another Uniswap. We already looked. GBTC, okay, let me go over GBTC one more time. I'm also gonna go through this dominance chart, and let me go through this now. One of the second levels we have for this possible third wave projection is after 1618 is a 2 or 200, and next one will be 2618, but then I think we will invalidate this possibility that this is just in a form of a corrective pullback. So we need to move on the upside to maintain some type of a bullishness of this Bitcoin dominance chart. So that will be a temporary, just a break on the upside in this fourth wave. It can be a triangle or something else, but these levels must hold, and we must see very soon some type of a move on the upside. Will that mean that the Bitcoin will move lower with other alts, but the Bitcoin will fall at a lesser rate? Or Bitcoin might get pushed on the upside with a bigger rate of buying than the altcoins? I don't know. You can never tell what will happen from this dominance chart, but I'm still going to stay relatively positive and think that looking at the charts that this will be caused by a possible move on the upside a little bit more than altcoins, but then as you can see in this last sequence, alt will turn over again the coin and start to move in this dominance chart more aggressive in this final fifth wave. If you are looking this chart and asking me what is this, this is just an expanding flat. Still, we need to go below 88%, which is around 37, and this 88% or even double bottom sometimes when you see that on the charts is one of the characteristics and possibilities of the expanding flat. So I'm not going to change this wave count because we passed 1618 and hit another possible projection level. So I'm still going to monitor this, and I'm going to give you a new outlook in the next crypto lab. So I just want to mention our crypto service at tradinganalysis.com, a very refined group of people in trading analysis working on the Elliot Wave methodology, as well with using some of the optima and some additional technical stuff that we use. Our crypto service has a lot of features. So we also have a very nice membership presence in a Discord chart, lot of charts, lots of questions, lots of things there, very active group, very nice fellas from all sides of the world. So if you like to join us, please do. We have extensive member webinars. Last one on Tuesday was around 2 hours. We have a trade desk where we announce our official trades. And also we have a repository service where if you have a multi-wave, when you have a multi-wave software, you can kind of revisit my wave counts on your platform, and this is the cryptocurrency repository. So let me continue looking some of your requests. Let me just quickly look GBTC for you. And I still see a same picture. If you look the GBTC, there is a wave 1 on the upside, wave 2 on the downside, clearly 1, 2, up and 3, and there is nothing still impulsive here on this correction. It still looks like either a triangle or a ABC X ABC. So this should finish into somewhere this zone and then continue on the upside to complete the third wave sequence, because every of these waves needs to have a 5 waves in it. And clearly you can see that, I mean, in this first sequence, you can clearly count 5 waves up, pullback, 5 waves up, pullback, and then finishing pattern with the complex correction here in a wave 2, or more directional, it really doesn't matter. Then you see a third wave, and I think this GBTC kind of corresponds with a Bitcoin consolidation, either from here or a little bit lower. I see GBTC still moving on the upside towards this potential third wave target. We also have a Riot, which basically depicts the same picture. So let me just wait. Maybe internet is slower today. The Riot blockchain is I think pretty much in the same situation. If you look, we had a 5 waves up and a corrective pullback, and then we have another 5 waves up in a wave 3 reaching 1618. So pretty nice expansion. You can clearly count 2 big corrections here and the impulsive moves in between. And also I look this as a corrective thing before we strike another move higher. So I think this GBTC and Riot clearly shows that we are still very much in a probability of the potential just a pullback here and a continuation on the upside. Okay, guys, so let me look. Okay, Mullah, we looked gold just for you. ADA, okay, we will look ADA. Yeah, we traded the plan. Gia, thanks. Gia is one of the long-stand members in trading analysis, a really cool guy. We had our stops and we were stopped out, so that's fine. A usual trading business, so that's completely okay. Yeah, guys, one announcement. I have been talking back and forth with Todd. Maybe you can, I mean, you can click a reminder button or a subscribe button for the crypto lab, because they can notify you if we start our trading activity next week, which is going to be public, which means that we are going to either have every second day, even every day, or even a couple of days a week, depends on the market, a potential one setup for you that we are going to execute as well. So I think this is coming very soon, so be alert on that. I think it's going to be fun. Link, BNP, Solana, HFVC. What is that? HVC, AVAX. Everybody looks for AVAX. What is AVAX? Let me look that. Let me see. What is that? Oh, Avalanche. Okay. Yeah, kind of a. I didn't have a wave count on this one. It's a rather strange. We have a kind of a 5 waves up already. I don't know if this is finished correction or we continue higher, or we have a 1, 2 up in 3, but this is a big wave 4. So I will not really have my opinion because the chart is not clear to me. Maybe I can put something like this, but when the charts are not clear, I just skip it. If I need to spend a lot of time kind of deciphering this, and clearly doesn't look to me, it is possible, but I don't like to see this type of divergence between the wave 4 duration and the wave 2. I want more proportionate corrections. I don't know, guys. I really don't know about this. Maybe this is just some type of a 1, 2 up in 3, 4, and 5, and this might be some type of an ABC. This is maybe an X, and then we give another ABC. Anyhow, support, if we go down, will be around 12. So okay, so let's look Atom, and then I will throw in some other wave counts. So yeah, Atom still looks good. We are still consolidating here. 5 waves up. This is a little bit more clearer. We had a new high. I don't know if this is finished, these 5 waves. I want to wait a clear sign of a break of this level to confirm reversal. So I will say, as long as we hold this, all of the supports here, I will be looking for a little bit more upside. Let's go on a smaller time frame and look what's going on. So from these lows, we had 5 waves up, and for now 3 waves pullback. So I don't want to anchor this one here until I see this becoming impulsive, penetrating these levels here. Okay, so for now I'm still going to hold that this is a impulsive 5 waves up. I don't want to lock in the trend yet, so I want to give it a little bit more room and a possibility to have another 5 waves up development on the upside, as long as these key levels hold. Okay, let's look Cake, and then I will just throw a little bit of more alts that we are looking. So Cake is still generally okay. We don't see a trend reversal yet. We were looking for a possible 5 waves up on the upside, and we were going up. So this is a wave 1 and 2. This looks like a still progression on the upside. So there is no 5 waves down, which makes me think that we are still going to move a little bit more higher here in Cake. I don't see clear 5 waves up, which will change my stance. And always, if you have some trend on the upside, when you see a 5 waves down, you might see some type of a possible reversal, but it needs to be clearly stated in the 5 waves down, which is not yet. So As long as I don't see these reversals, I'm not changing my wave count, guys. Many times in the past, I have I don't know, 12 plus, maybe even 13 years in Elliot Wave. I was used to change wave counts in every little tick in the beginning, and then going and changing as I progressed and matured. I can hardly now even look to change a wave count on a trend where I don't see a break of a major invalidation level. That has been working very well for the last couple of years. So stick with the trend until you see a clear signs of a reversal. I don't know what is HVS. Is it some type of stock, or is it a crypto? If it is a stock, let's look at it. Well, this is a nice 5-way move. Potentially, there is a wave 1 down into up in 3, clearly a wave 3, 5 waves up, pullback in a wave 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might have some type of an ending diagonal, or it's already end. So be careful on this one. I think clearly you can see if I compress this that there is 2 corrections already done, and that we are going to finish very soon this sequence on the upside. So be careful on this one. Okay, guys, so let's resume and let's look some of the altcoins a little bit more in the details that we do with our members. Let me look, for example, sorry about this. Okay, so let's look ADA a little bit more in detail. So ADA has been performing pretty nicely from our fourth wave pullback. If you go crypto in a crypto lab back in a couple of weeks, you will see that we were depicting this and explaining a possible way forward. We are already trading above our last highs, which means that if you look the smaller time frame, we have a very impulsive setup, which I still don't think it is finished. So ADA from this 0.01 went very nicely on the upside in 5 waves, a little bit of a more complex pullback in a wave 2, reaching the previous wave 4, because the nature of market is fractal. So you can see this repetition in all of degree of the trend. So then we did a 1-2 expansion on the upside in a wave 3. We have seen a flat pullback here in 4, and after this pullback, we are still seeing an impulsive wave structure on the upside. Either you will like to count this as a 1-2, or that the wave 3 potentially is finishing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we have a fourth wave pullback. The overall picture is still bullish. So I'm not going to change, and there is no need to change anything here. You can just play with this wave count invalidation. If you are in a 1-2-1-2 situation, there is no wave degree violation here. So we are still moving steadily on the upside towards this FIB targets. But at one point in a couple of weeks, as you can see on the higher time frame, we might fall in this fourth wave pullback. 1618 is the usual ratio. 200 is next one. I explained that. Equality was here. We already passed very much equality and climbed on the upside, so this one is not. So we should look at the next time ratio on the upside, which will be a 200. I don't know why it doesn't appear. Sometimes multi-wave gives us a little bit of trouble. Maybe I need to lift this up. Yeah. So the next target, if we even penetrate this 1618, will be around 5.79. I don't think there is much of the mojo left in the ADA and other cryptos to attain this 5. I think that will be after a pullback in this possible fifth wave. So I think we, as in other cryptos, we are approaching some of the key levels, but still there is a room still left on the upside, approximately between 2.1 and 2.52, which will be my first key zone. So as you look with this kind of methodology and sightings that we use, we usually analyze pretty much every of our alts. I was very pleased to see ADA working on our wave count. Very nice pattern, very nice hold here, around 50%. Let me look some of the other cryptos that you asked. Philip, hey Philip, yeah, sure, I will look at it. I think we already looked at how it is called in INV. Okay. Is that just confirm me, Philip? This is the one? Something fell in my eye. I'm sorry. Yeah, anyhow, if this is that chart, I see the response a little bit late. This is still a three-wave move. I don't see a break. We need to break on the upside. So I'm not going to be very kind of optimistic yet on this one. If we look the equality here, it is still not reached. So 161, let's see if we reach equality. Yeah, we did already actually. We did reach the equality here. So and we have a small push on the downside. So I will not be bullish on this one until I see a clear break in this third wave, and then when we see it, we can start to kind of a picture a possible five-wave move. Until then, I will stay very reserved on this one, Philip. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. So still ABC for me until we break on the upside. Litecoin. Litecoin is kind of I don't know, still hovering around the level. I still don't think we reached the final destination in Litecoin in my kind of a wave count, in a sense that I was looking for a five-wave move in this wave 3, potentially still room to go in some type of an ending diagonal or a consolidation, and then to 500, 520. We are trading at 322 on a smaller time frame. Possible we are done. Maybe this is a wave 4, but it doesn't correspond to this. So I will look at it as a flat to have some a little bit of resemblance of this one. So I will still look for a possible 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a fifth wave on the upside towards this region here in Litecoin. So just be careful of this levels. So this zone will be my zone regarding the Litecoin, and definitely some of the key support levels will be this one and the next one for a possible breakout to the downside. So what we want usually to see on the downside is clearly a break of these support levels in the 5 waves, and then we know that the trend either temporary or completely turned to the other side. Like one of our members is saying, it turned to the dark side. Jeza. Yeah, of course we're gonna look Dogecoin. This is our official anthem. So Dogecoin is still very much on the radar. We are still looking pretty much close to wave count invalidation levels. So what I see here is 5-wave move after this correction, 5-wave move up in 1, down in 2, very nice progression in wave 3. So we are still in a possible wave 4 finished. 5 waves up, triangle, small 5 waves up. If you measure these two, you will see that the 0.618 is there. And this is exactly not this one ratio, that was a mistake, I'm sorry, but this one, if you can look at it here, we exactly finished there. So usually when you have a 5 waves down and a triangle here, which is relatively visible, usual ratio is either 0.618 or equality. So here it was a 618 because if we have an equality, I think we will come exactly to the invalidation point, which we didn't. So what I like to see in a Dogecoin for a further upside, 5 waves up from here very clearly, and on a pullback you have a nice risk reward for the further upside. So if you have this pullback, you will also form some pattern of head and shoulders. If you can see here, and it's usually like that, what they call inverse head and shoulder on the upside. So be careful on the breakout here for the wave 1 and the wave 2 pullback. I think will be a good opportunity in my book and for me to look for a possibility of a continuation. Yeah, I would forget Dogecoin. Thanks for reminding me. Of course, it is our anthem. Okay, guys, just kind of a last wrap up regarding Bitcoin. So I'm going to just look what a Bitcoin do and just kind of a repeat a little bit as we did in the beginning of the webinar. No time still to panic. Still a consolidation, although as you can see on the stock markets, on the rates front, and technically, we are seeing this weakness repeating and repeating much more often than before. I'm still not gonna change the trend wave count. I'm still gonna expect a further upside as long as these levels here around 40 to 43K holds. And I will look for a new entry if I get this nice 3-wave move on the upside and a pullback, because it will be a very small risk with a nice potential gains. And in trading analysis, we always try to look for this type of setups where the risk is very controlled thing. Usually people doesn't control risk very much, especially in cryptos. They need to learn to do this because this is necessary to survive on a longer term basis. You need to save your capital and find the best utility to it. So I cannot say I did that by putting the trade on a Bitcoin. As my member said, we should be on an Ether looking the Bitcoin dominance chart, and I agree. But I've kind of have a habit of trading Bitcoin for the last couple of years because of the kind of visible patterns and liquidity. It kind of works very nicely. So I like it, but now I see many alts which are working even better regarding the Elliot Wave patterns. So I might exchange Bitcoin for Polkadot or some other, which has really nice, beautiful patterns. Okay, guys, any closing thoughts? Cheese. Did we look cheese? Let's look cheese. Whoops. Cheese. Yeah, we were looking for some type of a wave 4, potentially finished here. So I still don't see this completed. After this A up in B, down in C, we are still after a 5 waves in a 3-wave pullback. So as long as these levels hold, I will say either we are in some type of a kind of compressed triangle. So this is an ABC, A up in B, D, and C, a little bit more sideways and a continuation. So look for these levels to hold. If not, then we will do next time. But the RSI on this 4-hour and probably very close on daily is close to the possible bottom, so kind of be wary of this one, that it might has one more leg on the upside. It's a mess of a chart, sorry. I will try to find cheese. Do I have it here on Binance? But for the next time. Yeah, Swag, no problem. Always love doing it, Crypto Lab. It is fun. Especially now if we get some trades, live trades. That will be very fun. 1 inch. 1 inch. Let's look at a 1 inch. I don't have a wave count on a 1 inch, and I'm wondering why. Let me look at it. So well, we still hold this massive kind of consolidation, 5 waves up and a pullback. So as long as we trade above this support, not penetrating these lower levels, I will say this one might continue further on the upside. I don't have a wave count. It is pretty undeveloped. 1, 2, potentially 1, 2, up in 3, 4, and 5. Maybe this is a 4th wave pullback, or it's still ongoing in a flat. So I will be looking either from here or a little bit lower, possible continuation on the upside, as long as this support levels holds. Sometimes when you have these consolidations, it's all about support and resistance. You see, we go, we try, we fail. We go, we try, we fail. We go, we fail a little bit earlier. Market cannot get a currency on the upside. We go down, and then we start rebuilding it. Try again, then go down, again failed, and then we start this time, which is already now failing. But there is a chance we stop here and continue. So I will be monitoring this kind of a middle line here, which defines the support and the lower levels of support. Okay, Oleg, let's look Chia, and that will be all for today. Chia coin. What is that? HCH. Let's look that. Crypto franc. Oh, Oleg, what can I say about this? I mean, is this the right chart, Oleg? I really don't see anything here. Are you there, Oleg? Let me type this Chia coin like this. Okay, so that's much more better. What is Chia coin? I apologize, Oleg, but I really cannot see nothing here. This is a pretty much undeveloped. We don't have any impulsive structure on the upside or on the downside, some sideway. I don't know. I really don't know. When I see this type of charts, I just look for another one. I hope it's this one, because this is Chia dollar. Let me look if something else exists. Chia network. Oh, okay. Let me see. Well, unfortunately, it's probably built on this one. So nothing here for now. Okay, guys, hit the like button. I hope you enjoy every Thursday our analysis and our outlook. We are going to continue with that, and we are going to add more. As I said a couple of weeks, I'm planning also some guests, which are also very good technical analysts. And we are going to introduce, we just need to see with what frequency another daily wrap up of possible trades, where we are going to discuss only one cryptocurrency which we find the best, and we are going to explain why we think there is a possible entry, or why we think that a certain pattern is developing. It's going to be a mix of education, kind of a risk control, and a little bit of trading on the cryptocurrencies. Yeah, thanks, Oleg. I try to stay safe and healthy, and I wish you all the same, guys. So see you on the next Crypto Lab. And of course, if you like to be our member or to try us out, visit Trading Analysis, a great website with the different services. We offer stocks, forex, and cryptos with a phenomenal team of one of the best Elliotians team in the world, I think. And come to check us out. So for the end, our national anthem of the crypto service in Trading Analysis. Bye bye. See you next week.
Pointless? That's not very funny. What would you like me to do? Put it all in dog money. Dog money, dog money, dog money, dog money. I'm trading it in for dog money, dog money, dog money, dog money, dog money. I'm putting it all in dog money. My 401k is now a 401k9. And some of my net worth ain't no longer in a straight line. I'm making smart moves. I ain't gonna be a pun. I sold my IRA and bought an NFT. Falling on Doge, I dish them out like a Tommy gun. You think I was statehood the way I'm passing on Washington? I feel like Matt Gates, you know what I mean? Assuring everybody it's above 18. It's a modern day gold rush, the prices will boom. Like Reggie White versus the Oilers, I'm headed straight to the moon. My broker's calling, you know that it's on. Buy dog money, don't stop till it's dawn. One more airbase, two more museums, three more walls, four more Supremes, five more stadiums. We're all out of fiat. Can you take trillions of these and go and make a Xerox? We pay our debts in our currency that might be unfurled if it's no longer the reserve currency of the world. Confidence in the dollar is permanent. Just ask any scholar. People are exchanging their dollars for dog money. Dog money, dog money, dog money. We're trading it in for dog money, dog money, dog money, dog